Cyclone Tauktae is inching towards India and is likely to make a landfall on Tuesday in Gujarat. States along the western are bracing up for the very severe storm. Strong winds, torrential rains and high tides have already wreaked havoc at multiple locations. Here's more.
India is bracing for Cyclone Tauktae. The cyclone is heading towards the coast of Gujarat and is likely to cross into the state between Porbandar and Mahua on Tuesday morning. Along with Gujarat, the Met Department has also issued a yellow alert for the coast of Daman and Diu.
18th अर्ली मॉर्निंग को गुजरात को क्रॉस करेगा बिटवीन पोरबंदर एंड महुआ बोल के एक जगह है भावनगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, दोनों के बीच में 18th मॉर्निंग को क्रॉस करेगा. इट इज़ अ वेरी सीवियर साइक्लोनिक स्टॉर्म एंड हम एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे कि इसका फर्दर इंटेंसिफिकेशन इज आल्सो पॉसिबल.
14 districts in Gujarat have been put on alert. More than 30 NDRF teams have been deployed to help with relief and rescue efforts.
जो संभावित लो लाइन एरिया है तथा जहाँ पर इम्पैक्ट होने का संभावना है उसको हम लोग पूरी तैयारी से कॉर्डन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ताकि कोई भी जान माल की नुकसान नहीं हो, क्योंकि राज्य सरकार जो हमें पॉलिसी हम लोग डिसाइड किए हैं वो जीरो लॉस की, ताकि कोई भी जनहानि ना हो, जीरो हो.
According to the weather office, the wind speed of the cyclone is expected to increase to 150 to 160 kilometers per hour and gusting up to 175 kilometers per hour when it pounds the Gujarat coast on Tuesday. Other coastal states are also bracing for the cyclonic storm. Kerala, Karnataka, Goa and Maharashtra are already seeing heavy downpour and gusty winds. The cyclone has already begun unleashing destruction in parts of Goa. Several trees have been uprooted by the force of the winds.
Here you can see the electric poles, the wires have come down. It's continuously raining and heavy winds over here. And in this particular area, there is no electricity as well. We have the local over here with us. When this particular incident took place?
This incident took place today at 9:30 a.m. And it's a very tragic incident. And eventually we happened to see the car was passing by, and at that time only the tree collided and it fell on the car. But luckily, with the help of local residents over here, we have rescued our villager who was driving there. He was a lone driver.
No electricity now? No.
In the Margao area of Goa, similar destruction was visible. A road leading to a hospital was completely blocked by the uprooted trees.
Cyclone Tauktae has created huge damage in the state of Goa. We are right now present in the Vela Market area, and here in the visuals you can see how there's continuously high wind and also heavy rains and the destruction over here. Huge trees have fallen down at various places. This is the Goa Vela Market, and on top of it these huge trees have fallen down, and such visuals we are getting it from different places in Goa.
Meanwhile, coastal areas of Kerala are also witnessing widespread havoc. Over the last 5 days, hundreds of houses have been completely damaged due to high tide and rains. Hundreds of people have also been evacuated from a coastal village in Alapura and moved to safety.
I'm standing right next to a house in the seashores of Alapura, which is on the verge of a complete collapse. The rough sea waters have literally washed away all the soil from underneath, leaving this portion of the building literally hanging in the air. Hundreds of houses have been completely washed away in the rough seas that has hit the Kerala coast over the last few days. Many more like this are on the verge of a complete collapse. The people here look forward for the support of the administration, either in terms of alternate arrangements to leave or other means of survival. With camera person Tinkurat Shegaran, Gopi Krishnan, Alapura for India Today.
Gopi Krishnan Unithan is getting us more details. He joins us from Kochi. In Kerala, Gopi Manyar is reporting from Veraval in Gujarat. Mustafa Sheikh is from Mumbai City. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Hope you all are safe. Hope you all are okay. Just going to come to you first, Gopi Krishnan Unithan. Give us an idea of the current situation right there. Given the fact that it is expected that the cyclone is going to wreak fair amount of havoc in that area, what's the kind of preparation work that's been done by the administration?
Well, Sneha, as far as Kerala is concerned, for the state administration, the worst is over, is what the IMD's suggestions are predicting at the moment. Because right now we are in Kochi, though it's actually drizzling down in Kochi, as compared to the last few days, we can say that things have turned for better in the coastal towns of Kerala, except for a few places like Chellanam and other parts of Alappuzha, where we saw huge tides or high tides, which was literally washing away the houses from the shoreline. Things have started improving, is what we must say. This is mostly because of the trajectory of this cyclonic storm Tukte. This cyclonic storm has now moved further away from Kerala, and over the last 24 hours there has been a considerable dip in terms of the rain, gusty winds and the high tides in the Kerala coast. Now that is exactly why the administration hopes that as this day continues or as this day passes by, things are going to get much better. And that is also why the IMD has not sounded any major alert, as in a red or orange alert, for any of the districts in Kerala for tomorrow.
All right, be with us, Gopi Krishnan. Coming to you, Gopi Manyar. इस समय वहाँ पर स्थिति कैसी है, क्योंकि ये एक्सपेक्ट किया जा रहा है कि गुजरात में जो है लैंडफॉल, वो कल शाम में ये साइक्लोन अपना लैंडफॉल करेगा. किस तरह की तैयारी की गई है, गोपी?
स्नेहा, ये जो साइक्लोन है ये कल 17 तारीख की रात से लेके 18 तारीख की अर्ली मॉर्निंग तक लैंडफॉल कर सकता है. अगर यहाँ पे प्रिपरेशन की बात की जाए तो एक तो कोविड चल रहा है, तो वैसे में जितने भी 14 डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, ये सारे जो कोस्टल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स है, ये सारे इसमें अफेक्टेड होंगे, जिसकी वजह से प्रशासन की ओर से ये डिसाइड किया गया है कि जितने भी अस्पताल, कोविड अस्पताल है जहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन वेंटिलेटर्स चल रहे हैं, वहाँ पे कंपलसरी जनरेटर होना चाहिए. साथ ही 24 आवर्स का ऑक्सीजन सरप्लस होना चाहिए और आईसीयू वैन होनी चाहिए. अगर कहीं पे भी कुछ दिक्कत आती है तो उन मरीजों को दूसरे अस्पताल में शिफ्ट करने के लिए आईसीयू वैन होनी चाहिए. इस तरीके की यहाँ पे तैयारी की जा रही है. साथ ही जो कोस्ट गार्ड है, कोस्ट गार्ड लगातार गुजरात में पिछले 3 दिनों से जो मछुआरे समुद्र में गए हुए थे, उनको ये वार्निंग दे रही है कि वो बाहर आ जाए, क्योंकि साइक्लोन आ रहा है और ज़्यादातर मछुआरे जो है वो अब समुद्र से बाहर आ चुके हैं. अगर बात की जाए दक्षिण गुजरात में सूरत की और सौराष्ट्र में पोरबंदर, वेरावल जहाँ पे माना जा रहा है कि साइक्लोन यहाँ पे टच होगा, यहाँ पे लैंडफॉल होगा उसका, तो वैसे में यहाँ पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा तैयारियां की गई है प्रशासन की ओर से. साथ ही इसकी जो टूवर्ड्स नॉर्थ की ओर जा रहा है साइक्लोन, यानी जूनागढ़ भी आएगा, सुरेंद्र नगर भी आएगा, तो वहाँ पे भी खास तौर पर तैयारी की गई है. और ये कोशिश की जा रही है कि कहीं पर भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी अगर बंद हो जाए तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को एज सुन एज पॉसिबल गवर्नमेंट उसको रिस्टोर कर पाए, क्योंकि कोविड अस्पताल है, वहाँ पे पेशेंट है, आईसीयू है, वेंटिलेटर्स है, तो ये सारी चीज़ों को लेकर तैयारियां चल रही है फिलहाल.
जी, बने रहिए हमारे साथ. गोपी, गोइंग अक्रॉस टू माय कॉलीग मुस्तफा शेख फ्रॉम मुंबई. Mustafa, like Gopi also pointed out, the concern is not just the cyclone but the preparations vis-a-vis the COVID-19 situation. There also the pandemic essentially also. Tell us, what is it like in Mumbai? What does the weather essentially look like and what are the concerns now?
Well, yes, because there was some time given by the weather department as soon as the warning for the cyclone was given. Some COVID patients have also been shifted from the field hospital. If I show you the visuals here at Worli, there are some disaster mitigation efforts which are being taken by the authorities, like tying these trees two tetrapods with a rope, so that there is a minimum damage when the wind speed increases. Where the cyclone passes through the latitude of Mumbai, the wind speed can go up to 80 kilometers per hour. That's the prediction, and that's why these trees are being tied to with a rope on tetrapods. And if these trees are damaged or they collapse, it can fall on the road, main road where the vehicles are passing. So rather than stopping the entire traffic or trimming the trees, there are these mitigation efforts which are being taken by the authorities, be it electricity and other efforts. Nobody is allowed to venture out near areas like Chowpatty, Juhu Beach and other areas in Mumbai, the seashore line. Nobody is allowed to come for next 2 days, and Sea Link, which joins Bandra and Worli, can also be shut given the situation, because we are hearing reports of cyclone intensifying. So the more precautions will be taken, actions will be taken as soon as there are wind speed. Heavy to very heavy rainfall warning has been given for Mumbai, which is on Monday. So we'll have to wait and watch what is the actual impact. It will be only seen when the cyclone passes by the latitude of Mumbai in the Arabian Sea. Back to you.
All right, thanks for getting us up to speed. With I'm thanking Gopi Krishnan, Gopi Manyar and also Mustafa Sheikh for getting us up to speed with that. Let's now tell our viewers, what does it look like as far as Cyclone Tauktae is concerned in terms of the western coastal belt. Very severe cyclonic storm is what is expected in this particular region, is what is being suggested by the Indian Met Department. These are the areas that will be seeing very severe cyclonic storm. This particular area is going to see in Gujarat severe cyclonic storm, and the landfall is expected on the 18th is what we know. On the 17th, very severe cyclonic storm. On 16th, again very severe, and on 15th, very severe. So these are the 5 states rather that are going to be worst affected when it comes to the cyclone. All right, I'm going to go back to my colleagues. Gopi Krishnan Unithan continues to be with us for more on that. Gopi, the concern, like our other colleagues have also been saying, is that we're already in the middle of a disaster vis-a-vis the pandemic. Just to give us an idea about how challenging the situation is expected to be if things worsen on the cyclone front also, if at all the impact is worse than what is expected.
Well, Sneha, as far as Kerala is concerned, the situation is Kerala is much better at this point of time as compared to the other state. The reason why we are saying this is because the formation of this particular cyclone happened towards the northern end of Kerala. So this happened after this particular depression developed into a deep depression, which was somewhere closer to the Mangalore coast, which is sharing borders with Kerala and Karnataka. So that is when this particular deep depression formed into a cyclone, and that is exactly why Kerala did not have to face much of an impact of this cyclone or the heavy winds. But what has hurt Kerala very badly is the high tides and rough seas across the coastline. Over the last 3-4 days, we could see that hundreds of houses along the coastline have been completely damaged, which is an indirect, or we can say a direct influence of this particular cyclone. Because during the May month, it is actually considered a summer season in Kerala, and we do not really see such high tides and high waves hitting hard at the coastline. So this time around, it has happened mostly due to the influence of this particular cyclone, and it has also resulted in heavy rains mostly in central and northern Kerala. Now the actual challenge for the administration is trying to find alternate arrangements for the people at a time of a pandemic. Remember, Kerala is one of the states with a higher number of COVID-19 cases, daily cases, and also an active case tally. Kerala has over 4 lakh active COVID-19 patients. But one thing that has worked in favor of the state is that this particular formation gained momentum. It turned out to be a cyclonic storm only after getting much further away from Kerala which has actually helped the state administration reduce the physical impact on the health infrastructure. None of the hospitals, none of the COVID care centers were actually affected in this particular cyclone, and there hasn't been any large-scale damage as we just saw in Goa or other parts of the country. So in that regard, Kerala at the moment stays safe, but the IMD is predicting more severe rains which could possibly hit the Kerala coast in a week or two from now.
Yes, be with us. Mustafa also is back with us. He is from Mumbai. Mustafa, particularly in terms of the coastal area of Maharashtra, where there are hospitals, where the patients are recuperating, what is the administration going to do to relocate them and ensure that they also continue to get the same amount of care that the way they have been getting all these days or so? Because that, I think, is going to be a big challenge, uninterrupted power for the oxygen supply and everything else that is required to get the system running, isn't it?
Yes, of course, Neha. The only relief at this point of time which Mumbai has is that because the wave has just passed by, the load on hospitals are a little less. We saw last night there were 3 to 4 jumbo facilities which were created in the open ground in fields or near seashores, that these facilities were shifting about 100 to 150 patients, including the ICU patients, into full mainstream hospitals. And oxygen supplies in those hospitals has been ensured. The electricity failure should not be that has been ensured. So what we can say in short is that because there was some time which the authorities got to prepare for this entire natural disaster, they have taken some mitigation efforts to basically take the risk as much as possible to a lower level. But we don't exactly know. There's still 1% of this unexpected nature as to how the events turn when it passes by Mumbai. What is the direction? How's the wind speed? What is the amount of rains which is received at this point of time or tomorrow in the city of Mumbai? Because vaccination centers have been kept shut for tomorrow, which is on Monday, given this entire situation of the cyclone. So we'll have to wait and see how things progress. The reports which we are getting from the IMD suggest that the cyclone is intensifying. Mumbai has seen some effects of Nisarg cyclone also, which was last year, and now this year it's this cyclone which is passing by the latitudes of Mumbai. As of now, it seems that it will be 100 kilometers far from Mumbai's coast in the Arabian Sea, but the real picture will be clear in a few hours when the cyclone actually passes by. All the mitigation efforts have been taken, be it electricity, oxygen supplies, shifting of patients, cutting of trees, tying trees with ropes, but we'll have to wait and watch how things pan out once this cyclone actually passes by the coast of Mumbai. Back to you.
And the concern continues to be Gujarat, because that's where the landfall is going to be made in all likelihood tomorrow evening or the day after, is what Gopi Manyar is telling us. Gopi, आप हमें बता रही थी कि किसी तरीके से तैयारी की गई है कि पेशेंट्स जो कोस्टल बेल्ट में अस्पताल में है, उनके लिए जो सर्विसेज है अस्पताल में वो अफेक्ट ना हो, इसके बारे में हमें बताइए।
हाँ बिल्कुल, देखिए स्नेहा, आपको बता दूं कि जिस तरीके से गुजरात में साइक्लोन की बात की जाए तो साइक्लोन को लेकर प्रशासन ने 14 जिलों को अलर्ट कर दिया है जो कि कोस्टल लाइन पे बने हुए हैं। ये सारे जिले जिसमें वापी, वलसाड, सूरत, नवसारी से लेके भरूच और भावनगर, अमरेली, पोरबंदर, गिर सोमनाथ, द्वारिका, ये सारे जिले जो है इसे अलर्ट पे रख दिया गया है। एनडीआरएफ की करीब 30 से ज़्यादा जो टीम है उसे यहाँ पे डिप्लॉय कर दिया गया है। और जो एरिया वर्स्ट अफेक्टेड रहेगा, जहाँ पे साइक्लोन सबसे पहले लैंडफॉल होने वाला है, वो है गिर सोमनाथ का वेरावल के आसपास का इलाका। वहाँ पे एनडीआरएफ की 3 टीम को डिप्लॉय किया गया है। साथ ही जो कोविड के पेशेंट है, क्योंकि वेरावल की बात की जाए तो करीब 5,500 जितने जो वेरावल में एक्टिव केसेस फिलहाल है, तो वैसे में उन केसेस को किस तरीके से, उन लोगों को जो ऑक्सीजन पे है, जो वेंटिलेटर्स पर है, उनको किस तरीके से एक्स्ट्रा केयर उनकी हो, साथ ही उनको अगर कहीं दूसरे अस्पतालों में शिफ्ट करने की बारी आए तो वो किस तरीके से किया जाए, क्योंकि आईसीयू ऑन व्हील को अलर्ट पे रखा गया है। यहाँ तक कि गुजरात और आसपास की माफ़ कीजिएगा, अहमदाबाद और आसपास के जो शहर है वहाँ से जो आईसीयू ऑन व्हील है उसे भी इन कोस्टल इलाकों में लगाने के लिए कहा गया है कि वो भी स्टैंड बाय पे रहेगी, ताकि कम से कम ये हो कि अगर कहीं पे भी अस्पताल में कोई दिक्कत आती है, क्योंकि जो टेम्पररी शेल्टर्स बनाए गए थे कोविड अस्पताल के, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से अचानक से मामले बढ़ गए थे और लोगों को अस्पताल नहीं मिल रहे थे, टेम्पररी शेल्टर्स बनाए गए जहाँ पे हॉस्पिटल्स बनाई गई थी, तो वैसे शेल्टर्स को फिलहाल बंद कर दिया गया है। वो टेम्पररी जो एक सॉल्यूशन क्रिएट किया गया था उसे फिलहाल बंद कर दिया गया है। साथ ही जो परमानेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स है उसी को रखने के लिए कहा गया है। इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बहुत मायने रखती है क्योंकि आईसीयू में है, तो जो जेनसेट है वो रखने के लिए कहा गया है। प्लस जो 24
uninterrupted power supply, that is something that needs to be ensured, because that right now is the biggest concern, given the fact that it is a known fact that these cyclones obviously make some major in fact these cyclones lead to some major disruptions as far as power supply is concerned, as far as connectivity, again another issue that could be hampering the kind of help that COVID patients also require, that too could be affected because of the cyclone. I'm thanking all my colleagues for getting us up to speed with that.